All right. Welcome to another Friday night edition of the Signals from Mars pre-show here on Fireside. And we are waiting for people to jump in. See if I can share with followers. All right. Let's see if I can drum some support up here with people. As I'm seeing that, things are kind of thin here with the followers. But it is what it is. This is new, trying to get more people onto this platform with me, and trying to see where we go with this. So, in the meantime, I mean, this is going out onto YouTube and Twitch, kind of a different setup behind me, kind of work things out today to make it the way that this is set up is just so dumb. And I'm talking about my the way that the camera has to is set up here, because if I try to swipe things away, then it ends up turning things off. If I go to do not disturb, of course, cannot do it. Huh? Okay, yeah, not working. Like getting a finger in your eye, huh? Anyway, the background is different because I can't control it as much as I can when I do the regular live stream. You can see a bunch of stuff behind me that I usually don't like to show, but at least there isn't the clutter of last week. I did put up my Paul Gilbert Fireman over there. So that's that. Let's talk about some of the new releases here that have come out. I featured the new Bullet for My Valentine album. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've been waiting for them to return to a heavier album. Really wasn't a fan of their radio rock stuff. That's just me. And they delivered. This album, the self-titled Bullet for My Valentine album, is what I've been looking for the band to do for some time now. And I compared this to Dee Snider. Dee Snider, for the longest time, I wanted him to do something different, because I wanted him to do something similar to the second Widowmaker album, which was heavy. And in between, he had been doing all of this other stuff where, it was like poppy, and it was, it just wasn't what I wanted. I didn't want him to sound like Papa Roach or to sound like Sum 41. You don't want to look like old man hair either, but it is what it is, I guess. I'm getting used to this setup here again. Not used to this yet. We'll be in a few weeks, hopefully, and hopefully by then we'll have a bunch of people checking in with us. So anyway, back to the Bullet for My Valentine. The last album that I really paid attention was Scream, Aim, and Fire. After that, I just became a casual listener where I would just listen to some things here and there, but it really did not pique my interest all that much. And then, I just decided to focus on the albums that I did like by the band. And this new self-titled album kind of does that for me. So I featured the video for the song Shatter. And this is all on MarsAttacksRadio.com. Some other new releases. I mean, I've grouped a lot of these in because they've come out at different points this week. Leading things off here is the new Limp Bizkit, Still Sucks is the name of the album. you're a Limp Bizkit fan, it's got some okay stuff on it. A lot of really short songs. It was released on Halloween this past Sunday. And there's a few releases in here that were released. Today's the 5th. There's something that was released on the 3rd, and then there's something that comes out on the 8th. So there are a bunch of kind of weird releases here and there. There's still people that adhere to the release date. They want to adhere to the Tuesday release date, but they don't realize that it's been Friday around the world forever. US switched to Tuesday sometime in the 80s, and then now they decided to go back to coincide with the rest of the world because it kind of didn't make sense. An album comes out on Friday in the UK, and then you have to wait till Tuesday to get it, just because it wasn't released at that point in time. But whatever. So anyway, we have the Limp Bizkit, we have the Three Tremors, which is Ripper Owens, Harry from Blind Guardian, I believe, and the other one is Sean Peck, who was also in, and that's Hansi, who's in Blind Guardian. The names are slipping my mind right now. It shows how professional I am. Anyway, Crazy Licks with Street Lethal, Jim Petrick, and World Stage. Jim is known best for writing songs like Eye of the Tiger by Survivor, Diablo Swing Orchestra, Fans of the Dark, Brian Eckerman, Sarke, I guess that's how that's pronounced. Steve Conti, Another One Down, Spirit World, The Moria Ave, Bornholm, Portrait of Guilt, Nequient, Glassing, Thangordum. I don't know how to pronounce half of this stuff, but anyway, I'm giving it a try. Anomaly, I'm not exactly spelled like we're used to seeing Anomaly. Funeral Chant, Green Desert Water from here in Spain, Last Temptation, Into the Dark twice, so I'll have to remove that second one, and Shatten Man. EPs, we have like Moths to Flames, Hardcore Superstar, who just released a single, Carl Sentence, who's the lead singer of the band Nazareth, who released a new single, and Lockup released a new single. Okay, and let's see, reissues, we have the 40th anniversary expanded edition of Diary of a Madman. We have Cannibal Corpse, Tube of the Resonated, I guess is how you pronounce that. Corrosion of Conformity, Blind 30th anniversary, and Billy Idol with Happy Holidays. Live albums, we have Alan Parsons with The Never Ending Show. And compilations, Narnia, Soldeo Gloria, 25 years compilation. All right, so that's what we have going with the new releases here. And we're going to hop on over to Blabbermouth and see what they're talking about. Okay, so Scott Ian wants to officially expand Big Four to include Exodus. They deserve the credit. Hey, this is an easy one. Slayer's retired. Pop Exodus in there. Van Halen's lost singer, Mitch Polygrip Malloy, celebrates Eddie Van Halen's musical legacy, new multi-camera video. Skid Row to film video for new single in January. Judas Priest, Rob Halford, I'm still performing at age 70. I generally, from the heart, do not want it to end. Nita Strauss to play boxing champion Michaela Mayer to the ring for historic title unification bout. Phil Lynott, songs for while I'm away. Jeez. Documentary film released on digital formats. Ozzy Osbourne celebrates Diary of a Madman 40th anniversary expanded edition with new Flying High Again video. Scorpions release official video for new single Peacemaker. Tony Katane's daughter was relieved her cause of death was natural. Ex-Guns N' Roses guitarist DJ Ashba releases music video for his cover of Italian folk song Bella Ciao. Stabbing Westward announces first new album in 20 years, Chasing Ghosts. Blind Guardian announces new single, Deliver Us from Evil. Rise Against releases Talking to Ourselves performance video from Nowhere Sessions. Jethro Tull announces first new studio album in over 18 years, The Zealot Gene. Metallica plays intimate concert in Hollywood, Florida. Accept postpones European To Mean to Die until January, February 2023. So they're going a full year already, or over a year. Deep Purple releases music video for a cover of Fleetwood Mac's Oh Well. Here's Slipknot's new single, Chapeltown Rag. Kick's frontman on his band's COVID-19 battle, we were vaccinated, so it was very mild for all of us. Pantera collectible Reinventing the Steel statues coming in the spring. Exodus singer rails against socialist vaccine mandate, defends his support of Donald Trump. Alice in Chains' Jerry Cantrell reflects on the rise of grunge. We were aware that something was happening in our town. Josh Todd reflects on Axl Rose's amazing gesture when Buck Cherry opened for Guns N' Roses. AC/DC's Power Up die-cast trucks available. New fan video of the graves of Pantera legends Dimebag and Vinnie Paul available. Randy Rhoads' new video of Graves site posted online. Ozzy Osbourne's new album to arrive in early 2022, says label. Metallica to perform at Triad Combat debut in Arlington, Texas. Slipknot to release new single, which I just mentioned, the Chapeltown Rag, tomorrow. I'll say hello to Lily, who has joined us. For those that don't know, this is actually going out live also on YouTube and Twitter. All right. Watch Paul Stanley's cooking class from this year's Kiss Cruise. Hailstorm has just finished recording final song for upcoming album. Pearl Jam's Eddie Vedder releases Long Way performance video from Ohana Festival. John jumped in, John jumped out. Hello and goodbye, John. Static X releases Godzilla-inspired music video for Terminator Oscillator. And Adrian Smith and Richie Kotzen announced Better Days EP. They'd released a full length, I believe it was earlier this year. So just to give everyone a quick rundown, I did release a new episode of the podcast today. That was episode 247 with Gary Shea, bassist for the band Alcatraz. Alcatraz. My voice dropped out just a second. It's pretty cool. Recorded it on October 25th. Meant to release it this past Monday, but with my kids home on vacation all this week, kind of difficult to do so. But yeah, so that interview came out. We talk about Alcatraz. We talk about Graham Bonnet leaving Alcatraz. We also discuss Joe Stump, who's the guitarist who's been in the band for a few years now, their new album, Alcatraz V or Alcatraz 5. And finally, we talk about the connection between Alcatraz and Kiss, which was actually Vinnie Vincent and Goodbye Lily. So there's that. What else do we have going on? I released the album of the week today. It is The Ugly King, Strange, Strange Times. It's my unboxing of the recent vinyl that I released, or that I received, I should say. Let's see. We have Signals from Mars coming today after this show. Tonight will be the return of Brad Dahl from Yarg Metal. And what else do we have going on here? Let's see. Oh, we have Trivia Tuesdays on Twitch, where it's a quick half-hour show. It's 10 questions, roughly 15 minutes worth of questions. The quicker the answer, the more points you get. You answer wrong, lose points. If you answer something and realize it's the wrong thing and you want to switch, you can't. So you got to make your choice a good one, because if not, you lose points. Also want to mention my Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/Mars Attacks Podcast, or you can go to MarsAttacksRadio.com and you can find a link to Patreon for as little as $2 a month. You get in on the Patreon page where you get the exclusive album of the week unboxing video I just mentioned. You get the Victor M. Ruiz podcast. You get at least 3 videos a day normally that I pick from things that are sent to me from labels and PR people. And then from there, the patrons get to select the songs that they like, and that goes onto a playlist, which they determine. What's there. It's curated by the patrons. It's on Spotify and it's on Apple Music. So there's that. Other things that you can, I'm looking at a list of things that I have on a dry erase board in front of me that I used to put today's podcast together. But let's see. We also have the new radio show, which is exclusive to Anchor and Spotify. The reason for that is that I can include music for people that have been following the podcast. You guys know that for a little over a year now, I haven't been including music in the show. And I was looking for an outlet to include tracks from new bands that are releasing music, or any bands that are releasing music, to kind of celebrate that, talk about the interviews that I've been doing recently, and play some of the music from the bands that I have been interviewing. And I just love being able to include music. So this new format with Anchor allows me to do that. I deliberated with it for a couple of months until deciding to jump on in. This past episode featured picks, again, from my patrons, where I polled them to see what songs they had recently listened to that really piqued their interest. And they picked, I believe it's 8 different songs. The episode is about 40 minutes long without the music. Now, if you're a Premiere, or if you subscribe to Spotify's Premiere account, they include full songs. If you're a free subscriber of Spotify, it's 30-second sound samples. So what I'm just trying to do is trying to promote bands' music and get people to enjoy things that maybe they wouldn't know existed. Maybe a band that they followed but kind of fell off their radar has just put something out. Or there's a new band that, again, all of a sudden, put something out that's kind of worthwhile, that maybe either piques my interest, or with this last episode's case, piques one of my patrons' interest. So we take it from there and we kind of spread the joy of those songs. Want to say hello to Ida, who's joined us, and also to Chris, who's joined us. Hope you guys are having a great afternoon or evening, depending on what parts of the world you're in. And yeah, so this here on Fireside is basically another piece of the puzzle, another part of a larger net that I'm trying to cast to just bring attention to my podcasting and all the other stuff that I've been doing. And if you want to follow, whether it's the podcast or the radio show, or you want to find out about the live stream that I do or the trivia show that I do, go to MarsAttacksRadio.com to follow up on all that great stuff. The idea ultimately is to have a big enough following here on Fireside, and then Bill to be able to bring guests on here. I've already spoken to a bunch of different people who are interested in coming on Fireside and being interviewed here. And the cool thing about that is that when people come into the room here, if they want to jump on stage and talk to some of these people, you'd be able to do so. Usually when I do the live stream, people are submitting questions in the chat, or they're sending me questions, via email. But this way, you can actually talk to a guest, ask them the questions that you'd like to ask them, and you get the answer right from the horse's mouth per se. So, and it's instant gratification with that. So if you enjoy these Friday shows, if you're watching this on YouTube or on Twitch or on Twitter even, and aren't here live, or you're watching live but you aren't in Fireside, install Fireside on your phone, request to get in. It's a really cool platform. It's a troll-free platform where, again, you can talk to like-minded people, follow topics that interest you, follow people that are, I watched a show, I guess 2 weeks ago at this point, where the guys from Victory the Podcast were on here. And that was Kevin Dillon and Kevin Connolly and Mark Ellis, I believe his name is, who were behind the show Entourage. And it was cool. It was cool to see people asking them questions. I've also been on here with other celebrities. Jay Leno did a show earlier this week, and apparently he's going to be doing a recurring show. So definitely highly recommended. It's definitely a new experience. It's what's called social audio. And this platform really offers a lot of things that a lot of other platforms don't. So I do recommend checking it out. Whether you want to do your own show or whether you want to just jump on in and, again, talk to other people during their shows. There's sports shows, there's music, there's all types of things. So right now we're back down to one. I see that Chris exited out. Just Ida in here right now. If you want to come up to the stage, let me know. If you want to talk about some hard rock or metal music, maybe some new releases that have come out today, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to bring you up. So, out to a bunch of other people to see if they could hop on board, but looks like we're not lucky enough to do that. Today, Mark Striegel actually asked what people's 3 favorite Iron Maiden albums are, and I commented Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, Killers, and Power Slave. So, there you go. See here. As this is going out, are people commenting on this? It's only a few seconds behind. Looks like Rob Rowe is already chatting away in YouTube. Rob, it isn't the actual live stream yet. This is the Fireside show. So it's a little different to what I normally do here. But yeah, checking out some of the stuff that's going on here. Got rid of a lot of the clutter, but I'm seeing that there's still plenty of clutter in the closet space. We'll continue to tweak this. But yeah, it looks like I forgot the rolls of tape as well. No, it is what it is, guys. Hopefully that doesn't take away from your experience tonight in being part of this show. See if there are any comments out there on Twitter. The show is going out there live. Let's see. Any comments at all? There's a lot of other shenanigans going on here. But I see that we have Gabrielle that has joined. Hope you're doing well. Just want to say hello. Thank you for joining me tonight. This Friday edition of the Signals from Mars live stream here on Fireside. Getting ready for my live show at the top of the hour on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, Twitter, so on and so forth. But Mixcloud, for those that are driving, don't want anyone to get into an accident. Just checking out social media here to see if there are any comments, other places, trying to kind of bring everyone into Fireside here because, again, I do think that this is a cool format and something that a lot of people would enjoy. So Woody, who was here last week, hello, Woody. Hope you're doing well. Let's see, are people commenting on Facebook? They are not. So fun. If anyone wants to come up and talk about any hard rock or metal releases that have maybe come out today, any music that you're listening to recently that's kind of piqued your interest, would be more than happy to bring you up on stage. Let me know. But anyway, yeah. Today on the Signals from Mars live stream, we'll have the return of Mr. Brad Dahl of Yarg Metal. Always has some great stories to tell. It's always funny because you'll talk about a subject with Brad. Brad grew up in Los Angeles, and he'll just throw out, oh, yeah, I grew up with, I went to high school with Tommy Lee, or I saw Judas Priest, that's, the Whiskey, before anyone knew who they were. You think the story's done, and he'll be like, oh, yeah, but I saw them at this hole in the wall, and I saw them there, and saw them at this other place. So it's always funny to hear his stories, and then you get to hear his poison control stories, because that's where his day job is. So he always shares all that fun stuff as well. I want to welcome Sarah to the room. Hope you're doing well today. And yes, so this is the second go round on Fireside. Hopefully by next week, some of my usual suspects that follow me on the different platforms will be here. There is a time discrepancy still. Here in Europe, we changed clocks last week. And I guess in the States, it's going to be this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. But there's a slight difference in time, so I am doing the show an hour earlier than I'm used to doing it. And yeah, so let's see here. 10 more minutes before we jump out here if anyone wants to ask any questions or discuss anything specifically. Let me know. I will welcome you up on stage without a problem. Looks like we have no takers. So, yeah, so I've already started adding videos to Patreon for next week. Saw that there were a bunch of cool videos added based on what I read off from Blabbermouth. And I'll probably be adding some of those. Let's hop on over to Brave Words for a little bit to see what they have going on. Okay, so I'm seeing that Johan is on YouTube. Yeah, this is, guys, this is early because this is on Fireside. This isn't the regular live stream. The regular live stream will start at the top of the hour like usual. So, although you're seeing me on YouTube and Twitch and different things, it is still the Signals from Mars live stream will be on the same time as usual. Just I'm doing this stuff on Fireside to try it out to see it is still how it works. The Signals from Mars live stream will be on the same time as usual. Just I'm doing this stuff on Fireside to try it out to see it is still how it works. All right, some good echo there. So, all right, so I'm seeing that Jose is in Twitch. I forgot about Twitch. Let's see. Fireside is a mystery to me. I got tired of answering all their questions. All right, so Mr. Brad Dahl is not on Fireside. But anyway, I do appreciate the two of you guys being here on Twitch. Those of you that are here, see that Paula's in YouTube as well. Rob Rowe is here. The metal chef Johan in Sweden. The metal chef or the metal politician now? It could be one or the other, I guess. So let's see if got about 7 minutes to go here. Let's see what Brave Words has for us. Anvil autograph session confirmed as part of Eve of Krampus event in Toronto. Night Rage premiere official music video for Abyss Rising. Sean Morgan discusses 20 years of Seether, recording label battles, embracing deep cuts, love grunge. Yes, is John Davison on the quest. I hope to inspire the listeners to take their own musical journey. Okay. Black Veil Brides, there's a point of pride in being different. KK's Priest, it's definitely mission accomplished. Velvet Change, rock and roll is very much alive and kicking in Las Vegas. Cool. Let's see, let's jump to one other site here. Let's go to metal. Let's go to Ghost Cult. How about that? So let's see. They have an album review for Portrayal of Guilt. Exclusive premiere, Dayglow Abortion, share new single, God is Love. John Shaban shares new single and video, Analog Strikes Again, featuring Sean Oliver. They have their new releases for Friday. T Squared podcast interview with Brian Rush of Pale Magus Productions. Next Bandcamp Friday is today. I picked up 2 releases. I picked up the self-titled debut by The Lucid, which probably won't get here till April, so I'll be celebrating my brother's birthday with that, I guess. What else? And I picked up from a local band called Voltaje Cadáver. Cadaver Voltage, I guess translated. And let's see, talking about the new Slipknot song. Concert review, High on Fire with Spirit Adrift. Live at Poisson Rouge. Exclusive premiere, Hans Condor shares new single, Blood on the Rug. Album review, Gall's Weird, Humming Mountain. And that's it for Ghost Cult. Let's see, let me follow all 3 of, let me take a quick look around. Nothing on Facebook. Twitch says, or Twitch, yeah. Brad says, I'm trying. I need a teenager to help me out. Ask your son. I know he's not a teenager, but I believe he's not a teenager. Kind of guessing. But yeah. Let's see. We have any action here on Twitter? Nothing on Twitter. Anything else on YouTube? Nope. But anyway, we're going to be wrapping up the show now. We'll be back in roughly 15 minutes. Usual spots. You can go to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Mixcloud, Trovo, and a bunch more. Let's go to MarsAttacksRadio.com to subscribe at the top. Click on that, and you can see all the various options to not only watch a Signals from Mars live stream live and participate, but also where you can subscribe to the Mars Attacks podcast and where you can check out the Mars Attacks radio show. So there you go. All right, guys. Thank you for those that join me here on Fireside, for those that are watching on all of these other social media platforms. Back in a few short minutes, joining me will be the son of Yarg, Brad Zoll, for The Curse of Yarg.